Amidst the echoes of ancient warfare and the clang of distant swords, the chilling void left by Carthage's fall marks one of history's most poignant chapters. This story unfolds amidst the tumultuous dynamics of power, ambition, and betrayal. It is a tale reverberating through the tomes of history, painting the decline of one empire and the rise of another. In the grandeur of its heyday, Carthage had been the epitome of maritime prowess. The city's architectural splendor stood as a testament to its influence, with bustling harbors acting as a busy nexus on the Mediterranean trade routes. Carthaginian generals commanded armies with an audacity paralleled only by the wealth that flowed into Carthage's coffers from its far-flung colonies. Yet, deep within the olive groves and sunlit promontories of the Italian peninsula, a new power was burgeoning: Rome. What initially started as a city-state was swiftly evolving into an indomitable republic, hungry for expansion and dominance. The rivalry between these two great cities erupted into a series of wars known as the Punic Wars. In the first conflict, Carthage was defeated and forced to relinquish its rights to Sicily. Nonetheless, the city's indomitable spirit fueled a desire not merely to recover, but to cripple its burgeoning rival. Under the astute leadership of the military genius Hannibal Barca, Carthage made its most valiant stand. Defying the natural barriers of the Alps with elephants and an army at his command, Hannibal's invasion of Italy during the Second Punic War is enshrined in military lore. His victories, including the devastating defeat of Rome at the Battle of Cannae, struck fear into Roman hearts. However, despite his tactical brilliance, Hannibal's failure to capture Rome signaled a turning tide in the protracted conflict. Rome, learning from its defeats and emboldened by its never-vanquished spirit, rallied to counter the Carthaginians. The tide turned with the formidable strategic maneuvers of Scipio Africanus. At the Battle of Zama in 202 BC, Hannibal met his match, and Carthage faced defeat once more. The once glorious city staggered under the weight of heavy tributes imposed by a vengeful Rome. The Third Punic War, though largely symbolic in its inception, sounded the death knell for Carthage. Claims of aggression became a pretext for Rome to launch a final and decisive assault. The siege of Carthage was brutal. A determined defense by the Carthaginians saw Roman advances countered for over 2 years. Yet, the legion's relentless assault finally cracked Carthage's formidable defenses. In 146 BC, amidst the smoldering ruins of what was once a jewel of the ancient world, Carthage was razed to the ground by Roman legions. Its inhabitants sold into slavery, and its remnants cursed by Roman decree forbidding resettlement. Thus, the dust settled, and Rome stood alone as the supreme power of the Mediterranean. The fall of Carthage was more than a military conquest. It signaled a shift in the balance of power, a moment where Rome solidified its future as an empire. The echoes of Carthaginian defeat reverberated beyond the battlefield, severing a rich cultural legacy and reshaping the trajectory of Western civilization. In the quiet aftermath, travelers would pause upon the desolate site, whispers haunted by what had been, reminding the world of Carthage's lost glory and indomitable spirit. The tale of Carthage endures as a lesson on power's transience, with Rome left to the spoils and the heavy burden of remembrance, tinged by the specter of their vanquished foe.